Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stefani and I'm here with an interesting video. So this is going to be my very first video, sit down video in 2025, and it's going to be an interesting one, guys. My sister made this bold statement that she wanted to do a sit down video talking about dating, relationship, and so far you guys were very interested in it. Like, look at all the comments, so much interest. So finally we're here to do the video. I know some of you are like, she says she's doing a video with her sister, but where is the sister? Where is she? Don't worry, she's on the way. Let's welcome our beautiful, amazing guest, okay? She's gonna be here. Hi, we're complete. So if you're new here, my name is Stefani. This is my sister, Ungela, and we're going to be doing a video today. So if you haven't grabbed a drink already or like a snack, please go ahead and do that, but don't tune out. Just, you know, relax and enjoy the video. All right. Remember, if you're new here, subscribe. Give this video a like, a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe, click on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on future upload. But let's just get into the vlog because I'm talking too much. Okay, so at what age did you start dating? Ages, I'm asking questions we remember. No, but okay, sorry. A woman never actually calls figures for this kind of thing. Yeah. So what we're going to do is that we're going to be very clever with this kind of question and how we answer it. Let me show you how I answer this question. I started dating, like the first experience I had dating was in senior secondary school. So you don't have to call your age. Okay. Just call.
Yeah, that's the truth. It was my senior secondary school I tasted what a relationship was, but it wasn't really. Okay, I would say it's in my year one. I would say that was the actual relationship. Yeah, it was the actual relationship. Okay. But that secondary school was like introduction. To the what is going to be like. Now that you said that, your first experience dating was in secondary school, relationship like much more serious, the whole thing was in uni or university. Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you now, it just came to my head, is when you started dating, did the first attempt at dating, did it transform into that serious relationship? Not really, because secondary school are boys that were, how will I say, let me just date a girl and know what it was. Okay, let me just say it bluntly. Secondary school dating was mostly about sex
and puppy love.
And puppy love.
And I think crush.
All the crush and all that. All the guys wanted was like to have sex. And that was their own definition of love. Because I remember there was a guy I dated that told me if I don't sleep with him, that means I don't love him. Like, that was his own definition of love, having sex. So that was it. So that was what my secondary school relationship was. And by the time they saw they were not getting it, I was dumped. Sorry to say. I was dumped.
So for me, first time dating has to be, I said it's senior secondary school. And that first time dating, that experience, it didn't go far because I think I dated that guy for like 2 weeks. It was in February and we broke up after vow. I'll tell you why later on, but there's a question that will lead up to that. Serious dating and did it lead into a relationship? That was probably in uni. So it's roughly the same experience we've had. Yeah. Okay, so how long have you, your first serious relationship lasted for how long?
5 years.
Jesus!
5 good years.
Wow, like, she's so romantic. Me, can I tell you guys my longest?
I'm a sucker for love.
My longest relationship is the one that is still existing till date.
I'm married.
Because what?
No, I'm somebody that tries her best to like make things work, so that when I let go of it, I know that I put in an effort. Like I would tap myself on the shoulder and say, Jella, you put in something. It's time to move on. Wow. That's me. Wow. I try my best.
That's so nice. I would have liked
I'm a nice person, yeah.
But honestly, I was the girl that once I noticed that there was
off I go.
Bye. Because I'm too young. Like, see, I started dating and I got married pretty much young. I got married at the age of 21. So when I was dating, I wasn't dating that, we're going to date and it's going to land somewhere. No.
Funny enough,
I wasn't taking it serious.
That's the vision I see when I'm like the person I dated in my university, I actually saw my future.
Oh.
Like we planned future, we talked about it and everything. Then along the way, what happened.
The only person that we
Things
went
went
that
east,
far
west.
with, we're planning the future. The future is being
Things
planned.
went left, right, east, west.
Okay, so from your dating experience, did you at some point set for yourself like dating rules? Especially in your case, you started dating and you started going, like you went into a hardcore relationship for 5 years. From that 5 years, or during that 5 years, did you set for yourself like rules?
Yeah, you know, I
rules
have
for
this
dating,
I have
rules
this
for relationship.
belief that anything you can correct at the first few months of the start of a relationship, forget about it. I was somebody that this is me, like take it or leave it. So there are certain things in a relationship I don't like guys that are loud and all over the place.
Do you mean loud in like dressing, or loud in character? Like
loud in character, then your dressing has to be on point. I'm somebody that wherever I am, if I tell you to come and meet me, my heart doesn't have to jump out of my body, because you might come looking like a houseboy or my megad.
Do you know those shoes that used to go like this?
Thank
you. That shoe
you.
that is pointed
I'm so
at
big
the
on that thing. Like I can literally tell you, you know that your shirt you have and your pair of jeans. Okay, wear that. All this kind of thing.
Sorry, from what I can remember from Jala's past relationship, that guys that I got to meet, because obviously I didn't get to meet all of them, did I? They always dressed really nicely, and they always looked so composed. So Angela's taste in men is you got to have that packaging, like you have to be well packaged.
Because I'm somebody
but
that
who
wakes
doesn't
up
like a well packaged.
Yes, now because there are people that tell you I don't care, it doesn't matter, all those kind of things.
So you're trying to meet the people that like body odor.
No.
Because part of packaging is that you smell good.
You smell good.
You don't even have to be very flashy with brands or everything, but at least look good, smell good.
Yeah.
Be
because
clean.
I'm somebody that takes her time
And groom yourself
in dressing up. I can sit in looking at my cupboard and I'm like trying to pair this with this. So you need to follow me. Okay. Rules. Well, did we set rules? Yeah, we set a lot of rules that time. There were a lot of rules, and there were some that didn't sit well with me. And I hate rules that come years after a relationship, and maybe because you saw your friend, the way the friend handles that relationship, you now want to try and bring it into our own.
Okay.
That's
okay. So those are rules you set for yourself.
Yeah.
When you are in the relationship. Now, when you're dating, what are the do's and don'ts that the person must do, or the person can't do, or things that you put on yourself to kind of like you sometimes you can have a lot of people interested in you. So these are things that you just set for yourself, like, oh, this is already going to cancel out this person. Like one of the rules I set for myself was I didn't want to date anybody that was in the same class with me, the same level with me. What I mean by level and class, I'm not talking about like finances and upper class, middle class. No, I meant like if I'm in 100 level or I'm in 200 level, I can't date you that is in the same 200 level with me.
Same with me.
Or if we're working, I can't date you because we're working, because I feel like the relationship is not going to last.
Definitely.
So how are we going to be after it not lasting? Like the environment and everything is going to be so awkward. So we don't need to complicate it. We don't need to make it awkward. That was one of my dating rules. Like, don't date somebody in the same.
I always dated people that were much older than me. 5 years older, 10 years older.
Okay.
I've always dated people because I always look into what I can learn from a relationship. Yeah. And somebody matured. Not only age. Age is not really a big thing to me. Because you can date someone that is older than
and he's more
matured and has wisdom and is smart. Yeah. So I'm always, when I talk to you the first time, I already know if I can pick one or two things from you. I like a man with something upstairs. Not, that's why I say I don't like men that are loud, because I believe, like they say, an empty barrel makes noise.
And younger guys have this way of being almost like clingy, and
I don't like that.
They are quick to get jealous, and like their hormones is driving some of their emotions. It's just too much and too intense.
They'll try to control you and all that.
Yeah. Where are you?
That's another thing I don't like in a relationship. Don't try and control me. The minute you start controlling
that's
me
one of your
and giving me or you need to tell me like every minute of the day where you are and everything. Like I switch off. if you call me in the middle of the day and I give you a gist of how my day went, that's okay. But don't start controlling. No, you can't go there. I don't want to see you with this friend. You can talk to that friend and everything. And these are friends that were there before I started dating you, and all of a sudden you're telling me no. Nah, that's
okay. So this question is coming from pretty much the same category of first relationship. What did you experience in your relationship, and what did you regret? So the first one is, what did you experience, or what did you regret in your first relationship?
Experience is that I understood myself better, and I knew that I could handle a long distance relationship, and I can handle a long-term relationship. Like it was in that my 5-year relationship, I knew that I was a very patient person. Like I'm a very, very patient person. Like I can literally sit down, tell you did this, and I didn't like how you did it.
Oh, so
if it's going to take you 5 years or even 4 years to rectify that problem, and I'm seeing you're trying to rectify that problem, it's okay with me. Like we'll work. It's in all my relationship, I understood that I'm a very patient person. People might say no, she's not patient, but I know I'm a very, very patient person for taking a lot of things. Then what else did I learned that regret.
No, what did you experience? Is that okay? What did you regret?
What I regretted was the fact that
she spent too much time.
I spent too much time on something that
was broken.
It was actually broken, and I was trying my best to like fix it. And something you built, hang in there. And then I kept on seeing from
it's like you're invested.
Was getting worse. Was you're trying to correct something, and it's like
worse.
You know, when you're trying to correct something and you're not being heard, it's just so annoying. You're telling the person, I don't like this, and the person is trying to tell you it's a man's word, swallow it, and it's like a big hefty pill to swallow.
So like, a lot of people just do things stupidly and then sweep it on that it's a man's word.
It's a man's word.
So how did you come into this word? Don't we exist?
You're a woman. So when you start giving me all that kind of attitude,
it's a no.
It's a no.
Okay, so from the thing is that I don't think I've had any like serious relationship, but first experience dating, what I got to experience, what I learned was that all that glitters is not gold. Because I started dating. I got a taste of dating in my senior secondary school, and I dated my crush. So we were in the same class from just 1 to SS2 or 3. I don't even know when we started dating. So eventually we got to talk to each other more than just, do you have these notes? Can you pass this thing for me? Is this person around? You understand?
Butterfly in your tummy.
Yeah, all that butterfly thing lasted for like 1 hour, 30 minutes, and I got to realize, oh, that is not good. This person was somebody I was supposed to admire from afar and never get up close and personal with.
You know, at the end of the day, it's not all crush you date.
I don't even feel like your crush should not be somebody you see, even if you've been seeing that person. Because like I said, it was from JS1 to senior. Even if you've been seeing that person for a while, like a long while. If you've not had that daily interaction that is has more substance to it, I feel like that your crush is not enough to say you want to date the person, because we didn't click on anything, conversation, taste, nothing. And then first time experience, I told you guys that we broke up like after vow. We both were each other's vow, and I didn't like the effort that was put into the gifting. I felt like I was the one doing everything, because obviously I was more invested. I'm dating my crush. I don't know whether he saw it that way too. I feel like he was just dating the person that was there.
Yeah, maybe he was dating because he found out he had feelings.
He might have even picked up on the fact that I liked him.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So you might not even be his crush.
Exactly.
But
I was just convenient, something like that. So once I felt that way, especially with the gift, because I thought, guys, if you see the thought process I was put into the Valentine gifts, man, woo, and what I got in return, when I go home, I wanted to cry on the money that I've wasted.
Yeah, and she was very good at saving.
Yes.
It had come under the bed.
Why are you selling me out like that? Say it's come. Hey. So this guy, the gift was so last minute. It was like he just grabbed whatever was in his parlor before leaving to go to school. It was a CD plate. It's what's it called,
Scratched.
CD, right?
Yeah,
it was
CD.
scratched. He couldn't even play it. It wasn't even love songs. It wasn't even like all this, like he composed like a playlist of songs. In fact, let me just tell you, I used to watch a lot of all these chick flicks movies where, you know, 10 Things I Love About Him, those kind of movies. So I was expecting a lot. I thought it was one romantic playlist. Rubbish. Cracked beyond anything, and I think it was.
No, because I was about to tell
something
you,
else. I
was about to say giving a girl a CD plate is not bad.
Ungela, it was
but like a CD
minute.
plate with selected songs, you know, she's going to like, and one that doesn't crack.
Guys,
So by the time
I bought
she's playing
chocolates. I bought flowers. I bought even the bag. I thought about the bag to put it in. I bought there were all these Valentine gifts during then. I bought those stuff, and no, it was a care package. Like, hey, see, and I got what? Cracked CD plates. Don't make sense. I just said they know. I know my worth. I walked away. fast. So that was my first experience dating. Because that wasn't my first experience in a relationship. Which one is 2 weeks? That's not a relationship. That's what did you call it?
The passing by.
Passing by. It's like a drive-through.
Pick up your order and
Go. The next question we have here is, you've answered that already. How long was your first serious relationship?
Okay.
5 years, right?
5 years, yeah.
Mine is ongoing. Honestly. If you could go back in time to correct any flaws or flaw in your relationship, what would that flaw be?
The one thing I would have corrected was the minute I noticed in that my 5-year relationship that I was dating a narcissist, and there was no correcting, and a man living in his bubble of it's a man's world, I would have taken off. I would have just walked away.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it was like I was, you know, a narcissist has a way of making you look like the narcissist.
They actually gaslight you into believing
at some point I started questioning myself. Like, it was so bad. So that was like the one thing I would have corrected. Like, carry my bag, even if it was going to hurt me, you cry, you move on, you're fine. I would have done that. I wouldn't have like invested that 5 years and seen no correction or anything. I would have just stepped out.
For me, I do believe that self-love is very important. If you want to love someone, you have to love yourself. So for me, going back in the past to correct any flaw will actually be to correct a flaw in myself, the relationship I have with my own self. Do you understand? Hope that's too deep. But yeah, I thought of it and I'm like, I don't want to go back and correct anything that happened then, because it happens for a reason. Do you understand? But my own self, I will correct a lot. Because I think when I started dating, I had this habit of, before you even plan on hurting me, I will hurt you first. I don't think I've ever, like, except for when I started dating my husband, that was the only time. And even the beginning of us dating, I think I wasn't even serious. So one thing I will correct in my own self is the fact that I will tell myself that love is not a game, but at the same time it is actually. Yeah, you have to play your cards right.
But your eyes have to be open.
I feel like so at some point I didn't allow myself to enjoy the whole process. Like, I probably would be more of a lover girl like you, because me, I always felt like, oh, if you show your cards like too much, or if you show it like from being like, I know some people that their A is A. Do you understand? Like, this is how they are when it comes to dating. I want to be more like that, but at the same time, it's risky. It's kind of risky to be that free and open.
No,
but I would like
there's something with me.
I would like when
I'm in a relationship and I'm like head over heels, butterfly in my tummy and everything, you will know. But the minute I switch off, you will also know. And when I switch off, I'm sorry to say, I can be bloody. Like, you'll be asking yourself, is this the same girl? Like, you won't understand, is that the same girl? Because the way we turn 360, you'll be confused. That's the thing. Somebody has actually told me I have a double personality. Wow. Like, because when I switch to that other person, you can't compare. It will be like that was two sisters. You will never be able to like put the two characters together, because when I switch off, I'm gone. If you like fall down and hit your head and it's bleeding, I won't move. That's me.
So yeah, I would change that flaw in myself. I'll be more soft.
But be soft to somebody that actually appreciates that softness. You can be soft and somebody is stepping on you and taking advantage of the fact that, oh, she's soft. push her aside. That's the thing. If you're nice, that's why I believe so much that the first few months of a relationship, well, okay, that's another thing I would have said I learned in a relationship is to use the first few months
to really know the person,
study the person like so well, because it's that first few months. Like I said, anything you can correct those times, they don't bother correcting it later.
Don't you feel, you've heard this thing where they say that the first few months is like the sweetest? I also feel like in that first few months people fake it.
Yeah, they
you're
fake
on
it.
Your best behavior. I feel like they fake it a lot.
They fake it a lot, but at the same time,
and you know, even if
that's
you date
your
that
time,
person,
that's even your time to snoop around. It's not when you're in a 5-year relationship you start snooping.
The thing is that you can date somebody for 3 months, date somebody for 3 years, and still find out things that are so different from that. Dating is very complicated.
Dating
honestly.
To me is a course. There are different levels to it.
Exactly.
You can be surprised.
And we don't even have the course outline for this course
at all. There's no course outline. Anything you see that day, that's the lecture for the day. You just take it like that. And nobody aces it. Nobody passes it.
Everybody has carryover in that course.
Everybody has their problem in a relationship.
Human beings. That's why there are so many studies on human being behavior, because it's too much. It's really too much. We all behave very. All of us, some of us that have childhood trauma coming in along with that's our baggage as we're coming into the relationship. I always
advise people. I've seen people that will come out of a relationship
and die
and cry. Then 2 days after or 3 days after, they're in a new one, and I'm like, how?
Correct
You've
yourself.
not even healed from the first one. You're walking in with all that drama, all that pain, all that hurt into another one to go and pepper
the new person.
The new person and everything. Like, it's crazy. Like, one advice I can give people: when you walk out of a relationship, please take time to heal. Take time to recover. Take time to rediscover yourself. Take time to sit down and ask yourself, okay, what caused this thing? So you don't take that whole thing into another relationship and make another person suffer for sins they didn't commit.
Anybody that's doing that, I'll tell you no from the beginning.
Yeah,
I already see. The thing is that sometimes I see red flags from the beginning.
That's like one of the red flags I saw in my relationship I stayed in 5 years. Like, the man was literally changing me.
I want to ask you,
to
for
somebody
5 years,
else.
what are you people doing?
You know, it was a long distance.
Long.
Let me tell you the honest truth.
The
reason why that relationship lasted 5 years
because we're not seeing the person.
We were not seeing every day, and we were in 2 different towns. And if I go to see him, I spend like 1 week highest, and I'm heading back to school. Honestly speaking, if I was living full time with him, I'm not sure that relationship would have lasted 5 years, because I'm somebody that's, don't give me pressure. Like, I need to go to my man.
I feel like because
for my head to cool down. Then when I'm going to him and you're adding fire, I'm coming to you with 100 problems in my head. You now add 101. No.
Okay, so let's say the long distance relationship made it to feel as if each time people saw each other, you guys were like that honeymoon.
Yeah,
sweet
because we've not seen each other for a very, very long time. Then I head back to school. I miss you. I go and see you again and everything. The relationship was a nice one. Like, the guy was a romantic, romantic person.
But that's after this 5. Sorry for interrupting. After this 5 years in relationship with this person, who did you date after that?
I got married.
Wait, this guy is not with her story. Is almost like my own
marriage. I got married. That's what happened.
Okay.
I got married.
I can't do long distance because I almost had a situation like that.
Long distance.
There was someone.
I like my alone time. I like I'm the kind of person, even now with my kids, I can tell them leave my room. I want to be alone. Let me not see. I can just keep my phone. My phone can be ringing. I won't even bother picking it up. I like alone time. I love long distance relationship because
that kind of relationship is very hard for me to keep up with. So I knew about that because at some point in my university, I knew I was going to change campus, right? Change course and change campus and go to another place altogether. So there was someone that the guy is actually a very cool guy. Like, honestly, he was very cool.
Maybe he too had the problem with that distance too.
It's not that I knew. Like, the thing is that I told you guys I had a room. Don't date someone in the same level with you, because he was about to graduate. Do you understand? So that time frame of dating, I can't take you seriously, because in my mind I'm like, okay, the only reason why you are interested in this relationship is because you know you very soon you're about to leave. You're not looking for something serious. And I used to be upfront, I used to say it, because whenever this particular person was always being serious in his conversation, serious in everything, I always just tell him, tone it down. You're about to graduate. If you leave here, you're going to meet somebody else, either in camp or you're going to meet somebody else when you start working. Like, let's be real here. And also, I knew I was changing, because even me in the beginning of the relationship, I was like, it's not going to work because you're about to graduate. I might at some point leave campus. Like, I had even a set date. I knew when I was going to leave, so it was just cold. After that, we broke up. It was the end. No more talking, no more thing. It was sad.
Funny enough, all the guys are, let's say I'm friends with them, because we became friends like years after the breakup.
But most guys, I feel like that's a guy rule. They're like, if we're dating, or if you said no to dating, there's no need for us to be having any other connections with each other.
Funny enough, I have a guy that I'm actually literally still talking to right now. When he asked me out, I said no, but he was cool to being friends. Like, we keep in touch and everything. We kept the friendship. I feel that one, what happened there was the fact that we didn't date, so we didn't see anybody's horrible side or this. So being friends was kind of cool.
I feel like sometimes when you say a fine girl, it doesn't mean you have to date her. She could be your friend. You don't have to date the person. She can be your friend. Do you understand? And okay, what's the craziest thing you've ever done in a relationship?
Craziest thing, yeah.
For love, what have you done for love?
I was missing my boyfriend. I left school. And that was the period.
So your father paid school fees. This woman is
that
going to man's house.
That was the period Ore Road was under construction.
Jesus.
I entered bus. I arrived in Lagos by 2 a.m. the next.
Can never.
Like, I was on the road. All that was occurring to my mind is, if they kidnap you, if they rob you, where will you start? Where will you start? Where will you tell your father? Because your father will tell you, but you're supposed to be your kitchen. How did you get to Ore? Is it Ore? To that road is Ore. That Benin Ore road. They were walking on it. I arrived Lagos by 2 a.m. And it was fun because I arrived and my man was waiting for me at the park.
My man.
Yeah, he was waiting for me at the park. And what? I think that period even, I now took a flight back to Enugu, then when I went to school, because I calculated it, going back would be the same thing. So I took that was then, and when flight was 15k, 10k, 8k, like flight was something you close your eye and pay for. So I took a flight back to school that period, and I think I even got in trouble because I think I stayed an extra day and got into trouble in school.
Can't do it.
No, I can pet you, like you will melt. Like when I'm in, God.
See what I mean by this. This is something I want to go back and correct. Maybe I'll be more soft.
No.
When we were younger, and I think by that time, that stage in life where you can't be bothered by a lot of things and you're like clueless about all stuff. Ungela was always making comments to me like, you should learn how to do this. What are you going to do when you're in your husband's house? Who is going to do this when you're? I'm like, did I tell you that I came into this world just to go and learn things from my husband? He should go and learn it himself.
I'm the kind of person that if I'm living with you, you know I'm living with you.
Obviously, I will do things like that.
Everything will be organized.
The minute you try and tell me you have to do this, like you have to learn how to do this thing because of a man or because of your husband in the future, I will just switch off from it. It's better you tell me do it because you have to learn survival skills.
Yeah, on your own.
Do you understand? Or pick up interest in this because you know what, you can make money from it. Or to be a well-rounded human being, learn those stuff. But the minute you tell me learn it because of a man, your score 0 with eyeballs and mouths. I will not do it. And I do the same thing for my own kids. I don't tell them, I just tell them, learn this thing so you yourself, when you come out and you go into society, you can do it on your own. Even my husband says that thing. Like, you have to learn all these things, all aspects. Don't feel like it's beneath you to learn it. Learn it because you have to do this. You're going to do this on your own. There's another rule I set for myself while dating was I can never do wife duties or serious girlfriend duties for a guy. Are you trying to tell me that you did all that even when dating and all that stuff? Like
when dating, when I come around, I can go to the market and buy things and cook, because at the end of the day, I'm eating too. I can't.
I remember.
Yeah.
The one that me and you slaved for how many times in the kitchen? That individual that was working close to the house. You go and visit him with food. Two of us were in the kitchen, you know. I was the backup, I was the maid.
Yeah.
For a relationship that flopped
yes.
epically. That one, I don't know. You were invested, and then at some point, exactly.
That's the problem. Once I switch off, switched
Ungela,
off.
that relationship, thank God I remember this. She was so invested in it. Damn, I benefited because I was eating. Sure, I was there sleeping in the kitchen. In the kitchen, we are. And I used to go, we had to go and drop the
Yeah, we
food.
gotta drop the food and go.
When I was watching her doing this, I said, it can never be me.
That's me.
I think it's from there that I created that rule.
That can
It's
never
from
be
your
me.
experience.
Yeah.
Yes. It's literally from your experience.
You know what? One thing about me is that when I leave a relationship, yes, I can be
Ungela
sad.
was 100% in that relationship.
I
But
can
the
be-
minute the thing flopped, it was like she wasn't even there.
I was never there.
No,
You can't even picture me there again.
exactly.
That's
it was
me.
cold. Like,
When I leave something, when I become cold, I'm as cold as an ice fish.
so
That's the switching
at
off.
what point in the relationship do you start doing all this like extra thing? Because for me, if we just started going out, like we literally went from talking, and remember guys, I don't have much dating experience. All of it was in university. So we're seeing each other after lecture. Maybe we have seen each other after lecture for 1 week, and all of a sudden you're like, you're hungry, and if you're cooking, can you cook for me? Or if you have anything that you're going to cook today, can you bring out for me? After 1 week, does it make sense? To me, it doesn't. That was one of the rules I said, because I'll be like, I can't extend my care to that aspect when we are not living serious with each
No,
other.
if in my own case, the first time when I start something, it might not be, I didn't wake up in the morning and say, okay, let me do this for this person. I might be cooking generally and be like,
Okay,
let me bring out some to
the
give this
person never asked.
No,
you
no.
just, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like that. I actually
You
like
didn't
when
ask
it's
for anything, and
organic.
I'm like, okay, I cooked.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and see you later in the day. Let me just bring out a portion of the food for you. Then I now go and
I
give it
like
to
I
you.
like that.
It's
actually.
like, it's always like a surprise. There's no asking.
Yeah.
Wait.
We should probably ask ourselves this thing. What's your love language? Do you know what it is?
My love language
Should
is
actually be gifts. Or...
surprise gift, not just gifts.
Ungela, our love language is what?
Bank alerts and gifts too.
Gifts.
Like beautiful gifts.
So guys, we've come to the end of the vlog. Sorry, not the vlog. We've come to the end of the sit down video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.